Hi, I am Tom Sparough, and what keeps me up at night is thinking about all the projects that I'm working on and how I can improve them. I'm naturally curious, creative. I think strategically, and I'm always looking to maximize opportunities. So when my head hits the pillow, I'm often thinking, how can I innovate with what I'm working on? Along the lines of this is thinking about society, my neighbor, the world. I'm concerned about war, I'm concerned about immigration reform, mass incarceration, and inequity when it comes to opportunity to get jobs. For years, I've been finding innovative ways to stimulate people to have out-of-the-box thinking to help turn things around. Many things in our world are out of balance, and I want to help point things in a new direction so that everyone gets a place at the table. And together, we find that new balance point so that we can all move forward together. I believe that we all have more than one hat that we have to wear, and sometimes we have to go from one hat to the next very quickly, and other times we find that we need them all at once. This coffee filter is one of the tools I use to show people how to have breakthrough thinking with an ordinary object, to look at it in new ways, to see what's in the air just waiting to happen, to find how we can be enlightened. I love to write, and I wrote a book of poetry called The Human Cannonball's Last Thought. Did I tell you about the book I wrote called Math is My Bag? I wrote it for teachers to reinforce math skills for kinesthetic learners such as myself. You use ordinary grocery store bags and you can reinforce numbers like the multiples of 3, for instance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I ghost wrote this book by a successful businessman who needed help, an expert writer to convey his ideas. Boo! Speaking of ghost stories, I write a monthly blog with an original ghost story in it that has organizational content, something about being truthful or not missing the deadline. I want people to use both sides of their brain so that they will see the very connections of life. Did I mention my last name is pronounced Sparough? I want to finish with a story about how I see equity and leveling the playing field. I was involved in a mentoring program at the Finley Street neighborhood house that happened over the course of 9 months. And at the end, we decided to continue with another project with the young people that we were working with. This has continued for 10 years, and the main product that has happened with all of our efforts is 2 movies that were produced. They were written by one of the young people. They were acted in, edited by the young people. And the first one was very successful, but when the second one came out, I worked on publicity trying to share the story of this young man who had worked so hard to make this happen. And this led to front page A1 coverage on the Cincinnati Enquirer, sharing the story of this young man and his friends and the difficult life that they have. It gave them the most prominent publicity that they could get, and has led to work and all kinds of interactions and gratification in their life. The spotlight is on them, and they were getting credit for what they deserved for all their talents. It changed their life, and it's changed mine.